Yeah.
I don't know. That's
Ew.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of the thing that bothers me too. Is like, I get it. I mean, I'm fine with every game having their own identity, and I'm fine with playing like 4 and having the awesome building mechanics of 4 and stuff like that, and then go into like New Vegas and immersing yourself in the story and the world, and then going. Can you destroy those? No, you can't. And then going to 76 and maybe playing like them. That's really scary. Okay, look at all those. And is that like the mom down there too?
I think so.
So like I'm fine with every game having like its own unique identity and stuff like that, but for me it's like me I guess my point that I'm trying to get at is I wish every game maybe had the best of all elements in it.
Right.
Like I wish you could have a game. Why is that guy disappearing?
I don't know.
I wish you could have a game where it's like it has a great RPG in it element, and it has a great immersive story, and it has great building in it, and to be honest, it has a multiplayer mode in it. But I wish it just had all of those instead of like, oh well, I want to play an RPG game. I'll put in 3. Oh, now I really want to get like the world building and character story and everything. I'll put in New Vegas. Oh, I really want to experience the great building mechanics. I'll put in 4. It's like, well, why can't we just like have these in all of them?
Right.
And I get that 3 maybe. I get 3 is probably the different one because 3 was the first, like first-person open world style game. So you kind of have to cut that one some slack.
Sure.
And then New Vegas expanded a lot of things in 3, but to me it's like there's no excuse for 4 to not include the elements from 3 in New Vegas.
Yeah,
like,
that one's just ridiculous.
Yeah, and like to be honest, this is coming from someone whose 4 is probably their favorite one. It's still just like stupid though.
Right.
Like why like New Vegas was so good with its story and its immersive character development and stuff like that. And then you get to 4 and it's kind of like the story's great. I like the story. Some of the characters are great, but it's kind of like this is nothing to compared to New Vegas. Like, what is going on here?
Look at the main story. I think it says a lot that everything going on around the main story in Fallout 4 is more interesting than the main story itself.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. Like, the character quest lines with Kate or Piper or all these other people.
Yeah.
They're more interesting than the stuff really happening with the Institute. And I think that it's sad because they set up those storylines actually very well. With Fallout 3, there's a place, without getting into specifics, there's a quest in Rivet City. I don't know if you met these people yet, but it involves artificial synth humans.
I have, yeah, with like the runaway slave, basically.
Yes.
And I haven't done that quest line yet, but I've talked to the guy, and I also met the railroad, which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
So... Except for the lady was, like, randomly in my house.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, like, she was in my house, and I was like, who are you? Like, in my megaton house?
Yeah.
And then that's when she, like, introduced herself. Like, well, I'm with the railroad. And I'm like, well, I guess I can help you, but, like...
That's odd.
Why are you in my house?
I don't know if that ever happened with me. Sometimes that does happen with NPCs, though, in the Bethesda game. It's very... I don't know what you'd say, like, unpredictable.
Yeah, I was moving around my Abraham Lincoln figure statue, and then I like go out of the room, and she's just like walking around. It was like, okay. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I guess my point is I like Fallout 3 a lot. It's a very fun game.
What's that?
There's a Grace Point.
Is that one we got?
I don't remember if we got this one. I don't think so. It's a great game, and when it's done, it'll probably be in my top 50. Like, I really like it, but I guess I've just been more or less disappointed with it, and maybe I set my expectations too high, but it's still kind of like, this could have been so much better.
I don't think you should have to have low expectations either. And there's people, I don't understand this, so I'm not shitting on them, but I'm just telling you, I don't get this take. There are people who, out of the new ones, that is their favorite. Out of, like, 3, New Vegas, and 4, because they love, like, the dark, depressing, like, post-apocalyptic wasteland setting, and how how it handles everything. And these are so gross.
They're not as gross as the spiders in Dark Souls 2. Like that whole spider world, just like I wanted to kill myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get that take, and I get everyone can like what they like, but like.
No, they can't. We're the police.
No, we're the
band.
Video game police.
The police. They made
right. But like, I don't. To me, that game was so. I don't want to say bare bones because that sounds disingenuous to what it did to the Fallout franchise, but in terms of comparing it to New Vegas and 4, I kind of would say it's kind of bare bones. Like, it kind of feels like the original Assassin's Creed of that series.
Yeah, compared to later titles.
Right, where it's kind of like, when you played this game, I'm sure this game was fantastic.
I still think it's fantastic.
It's a great game, but then you play like later games, and it's kind of like, well, the later games did things better.
Would you say they trump them?
I would say they Donald Trumped them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because they do a lot of the same things it does well, but they do some of them better or some of them the same, and then they add in new elements.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not trying to just wander around, but this area is really huge, and I'm trying to grab all the items. And
were you nervous I was going to miss them?
No, I okay. I didn't want you to. Well, you hadn't touched Grace in a while.
Well,
I guess she had been giving you a hard time.
She was giving me a hard time. I haven't been feeling the love, actually.
That makes sense. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah,
I understand that. I want to go this way, but I also want to go that way. So let's check this out. No, I was giving you a break because it seemed like you were getting frustrated a little bit.
Well, there's like 10,000 of these enemies.
Yeah, I understand.
So, and the other thing that kind of bothered me, and this is a very niche criticism, but I don't like the... well, that's kind of cool, actually. Is this Snoke?
You mean Mace?
Yeah, Mace Windu. Shmi Skywalker. That's the dumbest meme I've ever seen. But anyways, I don't like how you have things destroyed, but then they, like, block the paths that you walk in Fallout 3. Mm-hmm. And, like, the whole, especially DC section, whoa, hey, we probably needed some MP. And, like, the whole, what am I saying?
I don't know, we're looking at Dragonkin, Soldier of Noxtella.
The whole DC section of the game is all based around getting your...
What is your problem?
I feel like an idiot. Train stations.
Okay.
I was trying to think of the word train stations that whole time.
Like, alright.
So you have to go in these train stations to go in different areas of the map. But the stupid thing for me is that you can't just, like, travel around the map. And it's only in DC. Like, as far as I know, you can travel around the wasteland at your own pace. But when you go to DC, your life is centered around the train stations. Where, like, you'll go in a train station. That was way easier than I thought it was going to be, by the way.
Yeah, me too.
You go into, like, the train station, and then getting out the other side opens up this one specific section of DC.
Right.
And then in order to get to the next section, you have to go into a different train station. And that area opens up that next section. But you can't just, like, travel between sections. And to me, it's like, it's really dumb. It's really annoying. Now, when you get fast traveling, this isn't a problem. But when you're just doing your initial exploration of DC, it's really annoying to be like, oh, I guess I've exhausted this area. I'll go find a train station. But then the train stations don't even tell you what they lead to. So,
no, and you're kind of wandering around in them, and there's ghouls everywhere.
Yeah, and like the super mutants are kind of annoying in there too. They have like so much health. So
there be rain. That's funny.
I don't know. I mean, that's the other thing that's kind of bothered me. Which maybe if that's one of my biggest criticisms, maybe that says a lot about the game. But
that's creepy.
Yeah. What if he like dropped on you right now?
I would cry.
So is the person you beat maybe like that guy's soul or something?
I don't know. What is this?
Great Ghost Glovewort. Okay.
Huh. Let's read that. I think it would be... bolstering materials, maybe? Since times of old, large gloveworts were used to comfort heroic spirits, given in tribute to those who died. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, it strengthens renowned ashes to +10. So when we get there, we can get to +10.
Yeah. Right now, our ash kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's +2 only.
I heard that this is, like, the best one in the game, though.
Mm-hmm.
So, death ahead. Okay, I don't know what creatures we're supposed to take out. I rested. I took out this boss. Do you want to walk around some more?
Sure, and then you'll continue.
And see about doing this? Yeah. I will continue. I will continue as soon as I get my phone open.
Okay.
So, my next one is actually... keeps moving. Pokemon Fire Red.
Oh, good choice.
Thank you. This is one of the best Pokemon games I've ever played.
This game's great.
I love it. You go back to Kanto, but there's even more with the Sevi Islands stuff.
Yeah.
Where they've added in... Oh, man.
This list is so good, you're yawning.
Sorry. Like, really tired today. They added in all these different DLC locations. They added in the National Pokedex from Hoenn and Johto.
Mm.
I have my problems with this game. Like, for example, how it's kind of hard to get Pokemon onto this edition from previous generations.
Yeah, although they did open the Union Station, wasn't that in this game? Where, I mean, that's how you...
There's a version of it.
Where you can trade between different games. It's in the Pokemon Center. I don't remember what it's called.
Well, yes, but like the actual Union, I thought showed up in the DS. I thought that was a DS.
Oh yeah, maybe it's that thing I meant where you go to like the islands and then you can go to like those special trading machines.
Yes, but what I mean is it's kind of hard to like get Pokemon from Crystal onto this.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean.
And stuff like that. My understanding is you can do it though. Mm-hmm. It's just not easy. But anyways, I love the game a lot. I mean, you love this game. Why don't you talk a little bit about this one too?
Yeah, I mean, this game's on my list too. I don't know if this is my second favorite or my third favorite Pokemon game, but this game was great. My first two Pokemon games I ever got was Pokemon Sapphire, and then the second game I ever got was this game. But I don't know, I love Fire Red. Everything from the bosses to the gym leaders to just the Pokemon itself and to like the DLC islands, like you said. This game I thought did one of the best things in the series with post-game content.
Yeah, and Team Rocket, because it tied in Team Rocket to that post-game
Yes,
content.
I remember how excited I was, because me and my brother were watching the show when I got Fire Red and he got Leaf Green. And we got to like the ending or like the post-game, and it was like, oh, Team Rocket!
Yeah.
Like, it was just kind of a cool connection. But, I don't know, I thought this game had one of the best post-game contents with the islands, and you can go to those, and then there's even, like, special Pokemon on the islands you can get to.
Yes, from, like, the national decks.
Yeah.
It's surprising how well of a job they did with that, especially because you'd think, I mean, how do you expand a classic like Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow?
Right.
Like, how do you actually do that? And that's something that this game, and I'll talk about it a different time, but the Johto region remakes did very well, too. Try to go down that ladder.
Yeah, and when I played this game, now granted I was a kid, I didn't play the other ones besides Sapphire and this. I actually had my mind blown when I found out this was literally a remake. And it was literally like years later that I found this out. I was like, wait, that's a remake?
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. This is a great game. Wait, so these guys are annoying and the ants are annoying, but then the game's like, let's put them on top of the ants.
Exactly. I'm glad you're enjoying the game. The other thing I was going to say, too, with this is this might be my favorite era of graphics for Pokemon.
Yeah.
I mean, the Game Boy Advance era. Maybe it's kind of tied with the DS era and the art with Sinnoh and stuff, but to me, Pokemon just isn't the same looking the way it does now.
No.
I really like the cartoon style.
Mm-hmm.
And how... I understand part of it was limitations of technology, but how you felt like you were playing almost the cartoon.
Right.
And nowadays, it's like they have to make it almost feel more realistic and all this other stuff. And I understand that. I mean, I like that in a lot of stuff. Like, obviously, this is more realistic looking, like a real world, than Pokemon Diamond. But there's something so cool about that original style of what they did for all the games all the way up until they hit, I guess, 3DS.
Yeah,
and
something classic.
Yeah, and even 3DS still had it mostly where it was cartoony. Now I kind of feel like with the Switch, it's trying to go for a less cartoony vibe.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I really like that. I mean, I know it doesn't make the game bad. It's not like, oh, this ruins the game. It's just, I don't really connect as much with that aesthetic for Pokemon.
Right.
And that kind of frustrates me, but maybe I would if I grew up with it. I don't know. Like, I'm sure there's people who feel the opposite way, like those old ones are outdated and don't look as good.
Yeah, I guess for me, I was really kind of disappointed when they were having Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond, because they announced they were going to have like the new style of look, and well, I'm fine with that. You know, I like it. I'm fine with it. I kind of wish they had the original style. Like, maybe they just made that style more HD.
Yeah.
Instead of, like, well, let's change the look of the characters. Because to me, like, that was okay. That was kind of disappointing because, like you said, there is something special about that original style of the look. There's something unique.
Yeah, it made it feel like it was Pokemon. It was
it was Pokemon. Okay, these guys are annoying.
Try holding the shot. Sometimes they don't know when to dodge. See? It's something to do with the input, where, like, if you let go right away, they can read the input. Nice.
Okay.
Okay, well.
Okay, why am I so bad at this?
I don't think you know the timing for, like, when you get the frames, whereas I would say you do in the other games, because I've been playing more of this one than you.
Right.
I'm defending you here, by
the
way.
I know. I was trying to find the...
Okay, well, I guess this guy just knows.
I was trying to find the cerulean tears.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I think that's part of it. Because, like, right there, you used the invincibility frames and dodged through that guy. I also think the shield works surprisingly well, even though everyone says it sucks. Which is weird. I've seen a lot of comments where people say, shields are bad in this game. And it's like, really? Because, like, I fought Radon, and I blocked his Comet. So what shield are you using?
Yeah, I feel like your shield's bad.
Like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but I'm just saying, like, also, people will also act like, it's bad because you didn't beat it without not getting hit once. It's like, I still beat it.
Right.
Radon is still dead. Well, and I'm not. So, what are we doing here?
That kind of goes on to my big criticism with Souls games, is everyone... I feel like not everyone, but the community in general always has weird expectations and rules.
Yeah, that the creators different bosses.
Yeah, it's almost like you have to beat certain bosses certain ways, and if you don't know those ways, you're a bad gamer or something. And it's not even just like, oh hey, yeah, I beat Radon without getting hit. It's almost like, well, you didn't beat Radon.
Right.
Like, it's just that it's these weird, like, arbitrary rules that they've set for certain things that to me don't even make sense. But
yeah, no, I agree with that. You could rest here and just avoid the guy that you killed before.
I'm gonna do that because I think I've exhausted everything.
Go talk to Ranni.
Let us speak of the past a while. I was once an Empyrean of the demigods. Only I, Mikola, and Melania could claim that title. Each of us was chosen by our own two fingers as a candidate to succeed Queen Marika, to become the new god of the coming age, which is when I received Blythe, in the form of a vassal tailored for an Empyrean. But I would not acquiesce to the two fingers. I stole the rune of death, slew mine own Empyrean flesh, casting it away. I would not be controlled by that thing. The Two Fingers and I have been cursing each other ever since, and the baleful shadows are their assassins. I turned my back on the Two Fingers, and we have each been cursing the other since. The baleful
So she rejected what that god wanted, like that Two Fingers god, whatever one.
The Two Fingers god wanted to use his 2 fingers on her.
Right. And she was like, why not 3? She's like, I'm too used to this. It's not fun anymore. And he didn't have 3 fingers, so... It's frustrating. I've never been there myself. I have a lot of fingers, and they work very well.
I have 10 fingers, actually. Used all 10.
You can do 20 if you start with toes. You just kind of gotta, like... You do, like, you know, the prayer symbol? You gotta put your feet up like this.
I think you have now expanded my horizon here.
And then you, like, hold... Oh, jeez.
You, like, fall over here.
And then you, like, hold it up and you do it like that. Yeah. People more coordinated than me would be better at it. Yeah, like, she'll block that whole thing. But there's, like, some guy out there that would be like, you just admitted I fucked your mom in 3rd grade because you used a shield. You're not a real player. It's like, okay, well, sorry I'm playing the game and winning in a way you don't want me to. Like, the only thing I have, which is not even a rule, it's just a request / thing I enjoy when we play, is I don't want to summon every single boss because... Not because we didn't beat it, but because it feels like you summon someone who's really OP.
Right.
That's my literal only criticism of, like, that. Like, you can do it, and if you do it, you still won. I'm not saying you didn't, but I just want to try the bosses, and I don't like bringing some guy in that doesn't let me try the boss, because he'll just, you know, murder her or him immediately.
What's your thoughts on trying summoning NPCs?
I think that that's usually fun. There are some bosses, though, where it doesn't even help.
Right.
Like, for example, in Dark Souls 1, some bosses just get a buff and the NPC you're summoning sucks.
Right.
So it depends. I mean, like, if it's an NPC I don't even like, sometimes I won't. But if it's an NPC I enjoy talking to... Was there something in the corner there? Oh, no, sorry. If there's an NPC I enjoy talking to, like, for example, Solaire. Every time I see Solaire, he's summoned in Dark Souls.
Right.
Or every time I see, those are terrifying. Or every time I see that one dude, the guy who kills the Firekeeper, I summon him. Lotric, I think.
Yeah. In Demon Souls?
No, Lotric.
Oh, in Dark Souls.
Lotric's in Dark Souls. Kirk, Knight of Thorns. No, Kirk, Knight of Thorns is in Dark Souls as well. Kurt is in Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Kurt is essentially the Lotric of Dark Souls. I kind of wonder if there's a point to fighting these.
Even when I turned my back upon the Two Fingers, Blythe remained my loyal ally. Though he was created a vassal for an Imperium, he was a colossal failure on the part of the Two Fingers. Blythe and E.G. both art willing to give too much to me, yet they both understand what lieth beyond the dark path, that I must betray everything and rid the world of what came before. Should I add thee to the list? Another one, kind of heart. As kind of heart as they. This form hath loosened my tongue. I've let slip too much. Forget what thou'st heard. Forget. I've let slip, forget what...
She seems like she's secretly a sweetheart.
I think she is.
She's gruff on the outside, but on the inside she's got a heart of gold.
I agree.
She's a tsundere. You know what that means?
No.
It's in anime where it's like this girl that's like very... Usually a girl that's like very gruff on the outside and rude, but deep down she has like a heart of gold.
Like Misty.
Yeah, and it's a... Well, I'm not going to use her as an example because she's 12. But okay. Someone like Misty who's not 12, maybe who's...
So, like, they're hot, you mean? Like, that's the point?
Well, they're like a desirable person that the protagonist wants to be with, but
got it.
This is gonna sound so mean. It's almost like taming.
Okay.
It's almost like the idea in a sense of like taming this wild person's heart to the point where they want to be with you, but that almost sounds like grooming. So what I mean by that is where it's like you have this person that's very, very rude and rough, and as you get to know them better, they get closer to you. That's like what a tsundere is,
right? In
anime,
right?
My original.
Not the basilisks!
Oh,
no! I didn't.
How?
Why are these in here again?
I don't know.
These things are the worst.
I like how we round the corner and we see them, and I think we both were just wordless for a second.
It's like, no!
Well, yeah, like, I'm surprised they even took... It's in the Dark Souls universe! Is it?
I think so.
No.
Oh, no.
I'm surprised they used this enemy again.
I hate the basilisks. Okay, anyways.
Anyways, what?
Now that you're saying, now that you're done talking about Kingdom Hearts 1 Tsundere of Kairi.
I didn't say that.
That's what you're saying.
The next one's Halo 3.
I love Halo 3.
I want you to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Why do you want me to talk about Halo 3?
Because we both love the game, and honestly, I feel like I am needing a break from talking about games for a minute.
Okay. So do you want to just not talk about your list for
No.
a minute?
I want you to talk...
Thou art the last. Tell the two fingers that Ranni the witch cometh to rend thy flesh with a fateful wound, ne'er to heal.
So this is the person we had to, like, fight.
He kind of looks like Blyad.
Yeah, he does kind of look like Blyad.
What do you love about Halo 3?
I love the... So Halo 3, I thought, did a great job expanding on Halo 2, in the sense that Halo 2, I love, like, the connected story with Master Queef and, he healed. Master Queef and, the Arbiter. Thank you.
No problem.
You might have to fight this guy.
Yeah, you are poisoned, too, it looks like, when he first hits you. For a second. There's, like, some kind of status effect that takes away more of your health.
Okay.
You have to help me.
Yeah, Master Chief and the Arbiter.
Are you having a bad day today?
I am having a bad day.
Like, what's going on? Did you not sleep?
No, I did sleep last night.
Oh. What was that?
I just am not getting my words straight today.
Are you saying there's something wrong with your words being gay, Nate?
Yes.
Which way do I go?
Down that way.
Oh, okay. Oh,
so, yeah, and
those basilisk guys?
No. They're just eggs.
Oh, okay.
But I thought Halo 3 did a good job expanding on that, in the sense where Master Chief and the Arbiter are basically doing the missions together. Like in Halo 2, there was like a Master Chief mission, then an Arbiter mission, and they would both kind of connect. But in Halo 3, you could just do... They both were just on the same level, like working together. And I thought that was kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, it tied the storylines together very well.
Yeah, and I thought the worlds were great. Like, my biggest complaint with Halo 1 was that I felt like the levels... Now, there's only, like, 10, I think. But I felt like the levels just went on forever. You know, which maybe... I guess is not exactly, like, some big criticism of it. I just felt like they went on forever. But then I felt like in Halo 2 and 3, you could, like, really enjoy a level without having to take a block out of your schedule to play them.
Right.
Which is what I felt like with Halo 1, where it was kind of like... I felt like I would start a level at 10 o'clock at night, for example. The level wouldn't be done till 11:30. And the whole time you're just doing the level. And it kind of felt like to me where it was like... It felt like you had to, like, schedule an event in your calendar to play the level.
No, I get what you mean.
So, whereas with Halo 2 and 3, it was kind of like, yeah, I'm going to sit down and play a level, and you'd be done in, like, 20 minutes, or 30 minutes, or whatever. So, it allowed me to really just enjoy the levels more, I guess.
Right.
I don't know. I guess to me, and plus, like, the guns I thought were great, and it was just a great story and just a great video game all around.
Kind of wondering if we're not a high enough level for this.
I don't know what level we need to be.
I don't know, because this guy seems like he does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And he dodges even those kinds of hits, so... And he can heal.
Right.
Which seems very unnecessary for this
Well,
fight.
I guess I don't really know what they expect it to be, then. Because, like, we're level, like, 150 something.
Well, don't expose us now.
Sorry.
We're level 12.
We are level, like, 12 right now. So my thing is, like, well... what do we have to be?
I agree, it's just I'm just not doing much to him. See what I mean?
Yeah.
And it uses up all of my healing to deal with him in this way.
Well, and also the backstab's not working correctly.
No. Okay.
And why does he need 1,000 attacks in a row?
I don't know. I don't know if I can...
There you go. See if you can do a Wondrous Flask, then.
I already used it.
Oh, okay.
And there's no summoning here. Did we miss, like, a Stake of America or something? Or, like, a summoning pool thing?
I don't know. I think you can beat it. You almost got him all the way down.
It's just very annoying.
Yeah.